Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and once again, welcome, Cat's Peeps, because I'm joined once again by my friend Cat, and this is our final Halloween marathon wrap-up video. We've done so many.
Yes, we have, but we did so much.
We did.
That's why.
It warrants, being talked about, I think. So I've had fun doing all these recaps with you and these fun special thematic videos. And speaking of thematic, that is what this whole video is about. Today in this video, we are going to talk about all the other things we did for our Halloween marathon and fun list, you could call it. So everything besides reading books, because we did host a readathon, which we have a wrap up. I actually have two videos, one with Kat and then one by myself, where I talk about the readathon. It's up on my channel. I'll link it in the description below. And then also we've got some movie chats because we had a big Halloween movie marathon as well. So today we're talking about everything that's not those two things. And again, I will also link not only the book videos I referenced, but the movie videos I referenced down below as well. All right, Kat, let's get into the other things. So why don't you kick it off and tell me about some of these special, extras that you did?
Okay, some of the things that I did was I wore Halloween or fall related earrings, some little pins, especially at work, and then socks. I like to wear thematic socks. So that's one of the things I did. One of my goals when we went Halloween shopping was to get a Halloween t-shirt. I did not find one, and I was having some trouble finding one, anytime I would go out. I'm not a big shopper to begin with, but I would look if I went to Target or Walmart or whatever. And lo and behold, my husband ended up buying me a t-shirt with a creepy clown on it. And I actually wore that on Halloween night. So I was excited that I actually fulfilled one of my goals was to get that t-shirt. Another fun activity was that you and I went shopping, Kelsi. I just thought that was fabulous. And we vlogged about our day. I was able to get some Halloween mugs, which I didn't have any. So I love that. Oh, I did actually have one, but it had a little chip in it and had the bat or whatever. But I'm really pleased with the mugs that I ended up getting. I got hand soap with fallish scents. I got a doormat that worked for fall and for Halloween. And then I got these little cute pumpkins that had my initial and my husband's initial. What else did I do? One of the books that I read from our readathon, which was The Widow's Broom, I actually made a little treat with it where you take a small Reese's peanut butter cup and you take a stick pretzel and you stick it at the top and it makes a little broom just like you would see in The Widow's Broom by Chris Van Allsburg. So that's a couple of things that I did. How about you?
Well, I really upped my cooking this past fall and Halloween time. So I'm very happy with all the dishes I made. So I'll just name some of the things I made. I'll start with savory. So I did make a yellow squash soup with Parmesan cheese and some other herbs and stuff. It was really delicious. It was really easy.
It sounds delicious.
It was really quick too. It was super fast to make. I was like, this is easy. The thing that took the longest was peeling the squash. But other than that, it was pretty simple, in cutting it up and stuff. So the second savory thing I made was butternut lasagna. And this sounds weird, but it's not weird. It tasted awesome. So it also had sage in it. So instead of red sauce, which you would have with lasagna, it's basically like lasagna noodles, but with this butternut squash puree. Ooh. That's the sauce. So it's kind of saucy. It's not like a squash sauteed. It's all kind of pureed, and that's what makes it moist. It was really good. Honestly, I didn't think anything would beat last year's savory dish, which was also a soup, but it was not like this squash soup. It did have butternut squash in it, but it was a different soup than the other one that I made this year. But this lasagna kind of beat last year's soup, in my opinion. I loved it. It was awesome. And
Sounds good.
It was good. And then I also made some desserts because, I'm a sweets fiend. I can't go through it Halloween time without sweets. So I made first let me start with the first thing I made. In my big autumn vlog, which basically I was kicking off my celebration for the first day of fall with reading Autumn Crow. But what I also did was when I started to read Autumn Crow, I baked pumpkin brownies in honor of one of the stories in Cameron's book. It was called Burnt Brownies. And so because of that, I was like, I want to make some like fall brownies. So the pumpkin made it extra fall-like. So pumpkin brownies, not just regular brownies, and they were not burnt. So came out pretty good, but very time consuming because you had to melt the chocolate. But check out that vlog. And also Kat and I did an additional vlog all about Autumn Crow specifically. So I have a first day of fall vlog and then specifically an Autumn Crow vlog, and I'll link both down below.
And then in our vlog that we went shopping and spent our day together, remember we baked cookies.
We did. And that was delicious. If you remember, the pumpkin spice ones were the best of the cookies.
Yes, they were
we had two kinds. So yeah. And we had some pumpkin tea.
Yes, we did.
So
that was really yummy.
Yes, I bought some special tea for fall time, and they were all like pumpkin-y flavored tea, and it was some of the best tea I've ever had. It's called David's Tea. I do recommend that brand, guys, if you're looking for some good tea. Very sweet, very good. I mean, Kat didn't even need sugar with hers.
No, I did not. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good. So after that, like later on in the season, closer to Halloween, I made marbled pumpkin cheesecake. Sounds good. However, my one big gripe was that they tell you to crush up ginger snap cookies for the crust. Sounds good, but I honestly didn't like the way that turned out. I thought it gave it a weird aftertaste. So I would, if I were to recommend this recipe, I would just change the crust to a regular like cookie crumb crust or graham cracker crust, or even an Oreo crust would work. Just not the ginger snap crust. I like ginger snaps too, so it's not that I like them. It's just something about it being a part of the crust. It didn't translate, but still overall, I mean, Paul liked the dessert, so I guess it wasn't that bad. Then I also made apple cinnamon muffins, and that came out really good. My parents tried some and they liked it a lot. So that was a good recipe. I definitely recommend that one. I might even like link some of the recipes if I could find the links again, but that was just like, apple, cinnamon, fall-like. So that was a lot of fun.
I did try my hand at baking. I did an autumn pumpkin cake. How
did it come out?
I liked it. It wasn't super sweet. You didn't add really, we didn't even have sugar in it. It was just,
really?
Yes, but it was very tasty. I got the recipe from the blog. It's a Charm in Life. They have a blog, they have a YouTube channel. It was very easy, to make. Not really even tons of ingredients, things that you would pretty much have if you bake on a regular basis. But Lindsay and Jonas are the couple, and they lead this, simple little life in their cozy cottage that they call Cobweb Cottage. I really like their YouTube channel a lot. And just to give you a little information about them, they live, Lindsay's from California, but Jonas is from Sweden. They love tea, they love to travel, and they love telling stories. Jonas happens to be an artist, and he's got his art pieces and postcards that he does on his Etsy shop, but he's also a pumpkin carver. And
oh my God, yeah, I watched one of the videos.
Amazing. It's the kind of thing you want to be in the area, because they live in Sleepy Hollow countryside. And so I just can't imagine living there all the time. I just think it would be fairy tale-ish, which is pretty much like what they're living is almost like a fairy tale. Yes. I mean, they do tend to dress kind of vintage like, and they really do have more of a slow, living approach, I guess they take or whatever. But anyway, I got my recipe from one of the blog posts, because they did something similar to our Readathon, how we had, the little bingo card and we had our prompts. Well, they did an autumn bucket list. And they had all these little pictures and things for you to do. And one of them was like reading a book. Another one was like having a, fall drink. Another one was having, a fall, snack or whatever. And that's one of the things they suggested was like, if you want to do this, for your bucket list, you could have, try it. So it's definitely something. The only thing I would have to say is I made it on Halloween night, and I think I had a piece that night. My husband had a piece, and I think Andrew might have, but it's in a really long pan. And I had so much left over, and I wasn't going to eat it all by myself in, one night. So I actually went ahead and cut it up and froze it.
Oh,
And I have had a piece since I have frozen it and just warmed it up in the microwave, and it tastes just like if I would have baked it that day. So I'm really excited about that because now I can continue eating it, for the rest of the fall season. But the only other thing I did that was related to food and drink, I always like to try cocktails, and I'll try them throughout the year. Our drink cocktail for me and for my husband started, during COVID, and it was just to, get together with our little group of friends, so we didn't have to feel so isolated all the time. This year, the cocktail I tried for Halloween is called the Drunk Witch Cocktail. And we actually celebrated with some friends and my friend Shelly's parents. And we had gone over there for dinner, and I said, well, that'll be perfect because then we can do my cocktail. So it is a mixture of vodka, grenadine, I think is how you pronounce it, or grenadine, and then blue. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right because I've heard it both ways. Curaca or Ratio. It's Curacao. I've heard it different ways. And then you top it off with Sprite. So it was really, really tasty. You could only have one.
Oh gosh, potent.
Yes, you felt it.
Oh geez. I'd have to be very careful if I did.
Yes, you would have to be very careful for sure. I'm not a big drinker, so I mean, Shelly was able to drink, I think, 2 of them, and she was fine. Shelly's husband, Kerry, did not like it. He thought it tasted like grape Robitussin.
Oh no. I'm not a big fan of grape Robitussin, so who knows what I would think. I'm not sure. But what's funny is you did a cocktail last year, and you did cocktails for a lot of our marathons, which I love. I think it's so thematic and really unique, very creative too. I actually did do a cocktail for, well, I guess you could call it a cocktail. It was more like of a thematic alcoholic drink, but I did one, and it was for our book club meeting that no one went to.
I know, that's terrible.
It was so sad. Well, my friend Burke, I can't say nobody, Burke showed up, but he didn't read the book. He just showed up to talk with me. Thank God he was there.
I just think he wants the company. He just wants to hang out with us.
Well, I wanted his company, so thank God he was there. You had a great reason for not being there. Yes. So I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything, but we had said when we were originally planning the club meeting, I said, people could wear thematic clothes, and also if you want to bring a spooky themed drink, but no pressure if you don't want to. So I wanted to lead by example, and so I made something called an orange screamsicle.
It looked great.
I wish I could have gotten a better picture. It was so hard to get a good picture of it. So it had vanilla vodka in it. It also had orange sherbet. That's why it was an orange screamsicle. And that's what gave it the color, of course. And also it had whipped cream. And I even put Halloween sprinkles on the top of the whipped cream. And the rim of the glass was rimmed with chocolate sauce and crushed Oreos.
I know.
It was delicious, but potent as well. Yes.
Yeah. It looked great. It looked great. That was one of the meetings I was disappointed that I missed because
I also dressed up and I wore your headband that you love.
Oh, I know. I love your little witch hat.
Yeah, I wore that.
Well, I was disappointed because for one, I wanted to dress up somehow. I could have worn my t-shirt that night. Yeah. And then I was looking forward to making a cocktail for that. So, I had dress rehearsal, and it was I think it was our final dress rehearsal maybe. So, I was bummed out that no one else showed up, but
it's okay. I mean, it happens. I'm hoping next year it could be a bigger thing because we're a horror book club and it's the spookiest month of the year. We have to do it up big next year, I hope. So we'll see. But yeah, I actually made that. And in addition to that, it's not something I made, but I did drink and buy a lot of pumpkin beer. But most of the beer I drank, funnily enough, or more ironic, is that I didn't like I should have been drinking my own beer, but while Paul and I were traveling, that's when I had more pumpkin beer and more Oktoberfest beers. I actually drank like more foreign beers, like when I was out and about, than the beers that I had here at home. So it is what it is. We actually still have beers now. Luckily, it's still technically fall, so we've still got pumpkin beers to drink. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, you pretty much have until December the 21st. Isn't that when winter is official?
I think it's when it's official. Yeah, like late December or mid-December.
Yeah, I know most
earliest.
people, when it hits December, everybody thinks it's automatically winter season.
Well, you and I are going to be doing Christmassy stuff starting like literally the day after Thanksgiving for our marathon. But yes, technically it's not the season yet, technically.
But so you can keep, drinking that pumpkin beer and all your fallish beers if you want to, and not feel like you're stepping on the toes of Christmas or stepping on the toes of winter.
Well, winter beers, they're actually really heavy and I personally don't like them. So this is fine for me. I'll stick with the fall beers and I'll just be like, I don't even care what time of year it is. I'm just going to keep drinking them because I'm not into winter beers. So it's not like it's stepping on the toes in the sense that I don't want those.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of picky with that. But yeah, so that's it for me for drinks and food. So it was a lot of good stuff in terms of just, thematic goodness. Delicious. I'm hungry. It's making me hungry. All right, so let's talk about some other things. You mentioned clothes. I know you want to talk about your play, but my big special thing that I participated in was a 5K run. It was a Halloween run, and the thematic name of it was Run from Michael Myers 5K. And I had a lot of fun, and I did really good with my run time. All summer long, I've been doing really bad, like 11-minute mile run. That's terrible for me, considering last year I was consistently doing like 10:30. There was a point where I even got to 10, but like all throughout the summer, it was like 11, 11:30. One time it was like 11:40. I was like, what's happening to me? But it's the heat. So luckily, as it's getting cooler, my run time is actually getting better. So I actually did decent. I went back into the 10:30 range for that run. So yeah,
very good.
And the medal has like Michael Myers on it, and the shirt, which I'll show you guys a picture, has Michael Myers on it. It's so cool. I'm so glad we did it.
Yeah, very good. We were supposed to try to do a run in October. We were going to actually try to do the New Orleans zombie run, which was the morning of the same day that we were going to a concert in the evening at Tipitina's. Well, I ended up shelving the zombie run because I was in the midst of rehearsing for the play that I was in. So that's the only thing we ended up scrapping. And we weren't 100% sure what the COVID guidelines were going to be at that point also, because New Orleans has a, pretty restricted mask mandate going on, and what you have to do to be vaccinated. So I wasn't really 100% sure how that was going to be. That was kind of iffy as well. So I was just too worried about overdoing it between play rehearsal and then doing a concert that evening, and then because we were starting tech that weekend.
Yeah, and that's understandable. Like, you didn't want to pile it all on. That was a huge weekend for you and everything. And
it was our first concert. That was my first concert since December 2019.
Wow.
Yeah. So
COVID,
yeah, I'm telling you. So we were pretty excited to be able to go. First, we were able to go to Tipitina's. Then we were able to see the Psychedelic Furs. So, we had
double excitement.
Yeah, it had been 5 years since we had seen them before. This was a 5-year in between, same month, but 5 years at the same place, Tipitina's.
So almost exactly 5 years.
Yeah, just different circumstances, because you still had COVID restrictions, to follow. But some other things that I did was I sent Halloween cards out to friends.
I got one.
I love sending cards to my friends for different holidays or just because, birthdays. Another thing that I like to do, and I did this last year as well, was I posted a Halloween related Snoopy picture. Either he was dressed as in costume or something that was Halloween or fall related. I did that on Facebook all throughout October. On Halloween night, I handed candy out to trick-or-treaters, wearing my creepy clown t-shirt. I did not dress up like I did last year. Last year, I dressed up as a witch. this year. It was just so much going on. I was just happy to be able to hand candy out. And what else? Oh, I actually watched David S. Pumpkins about 3 times. I love that video. It's on YouTube. It has Tom Hanks in it. And it's all Kelsi's fault that I love this video. And when I go and show people the video, they're just looking at me like, I don't get it. And I'm like,
Paul didn't get it either. Like he likes SNL and he's like, yeah, it's okay. I'm like, what? It's amazing. I'm so glad you get it though.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I mean, I can't ask for anything funnier with that. What about you? What other little things did you do?
Well, so like you said, like with the clothing and you didn't get to dress up. So I didn't get to dress up. This is like the second or third year in a row that I haven't dressed up. And I used to go all out for dressing up. So it does suck the years that I can't do it, but it does take a lot of planning and time. So whenever I do it again in the future, I'm going to have to like pre-plan because it's a big ordeal, but a fun ordeal. But I did wear thematic clothing every day of October. And I'm very happy about that because it's something that I strive to do every year. I have a whole like a part of my vlog for my fall vlog, I take out all the clothes and hang them up, but I have a whole separate video where I literally do like a Halloween clothes closet tour where I show you every single piece of Halloween clothing I have. And some of them are horror movie related. So a lot of my horror movie t-shirts and stuff, I like save for October. Cause to me, I don't know. I mean, I know we watch horror movies all year round now, but for a while I was kind of constricting my horror movie watching to just October. So maybe that's why it feels like the biggest time that I associate horror movies with. I don't know. But anyway, that's why I saved the horror t-shirts for then. But I'm really proud of that video. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'll also link that one below too, because I think that one hasn't gotten that many views. And I had a lot of fun filming it. So I hope you guys will check it out. But yeah, I didn't do what I wanted to do though. And I didn't get to document with a picture every outfit I wore. And that's just because sometimes I was like changing twice in a day or 3 times in a day. And you know, sometimes you have to gear yourself up to take a picture of yourself, and I was just not in the mood to take a picture. Like I don't want to be like in a picture. My hair is gross like right now, like I just finished exercising, but like some days I was just like nah. And so next year I will be better, but this year, yeah, I only took a picture of like not even a third of the clothes. So it is what it is, whatever. I'm still happy that I wore them. That's the important thing, that I wear them. I also bought a new, like for next year, I bought a new purse. I'm very excited about it. It's a pumpkin. Oh! It's in the shape of a pumpkin. I wish I had it. It's like in my closet now because I'm trying to put up all my Halloween stuff. By the way, you guys might not know, but I actually love Christmas almost just as much as Halloween. Not as much, but almost as much. I also have not Halloween. I also have Christmas thematic clothing. And so I'll be doing a closet tour of that too, because someone expressed interest the other day. So I'll be doing that as well. But also, I'm really proud, speaking of the video with the closet tour for the Halloween clothes, I'm proud of the content I released. That was something extra I did that I didn't do last year. Now, last year we had our marathon, yeah, and then we had a post-marathon chat, but I did not consistently make content in October of last year. That is something I did this year, and of course that takes time. And so I did that with a readathon, with a movie marathon, and all that together. I was like, yeah. So I'm pretty proud of that. I'm very happy with, you know, how that all turned out. And again, I made a whole playlist of all the special videos I made. I did vlogs. I did flipping the shopping vlog with Kat. I did, we did movie like reviews. We had the Silver Bullet chat where we compared that with Cycle of the Werewolf. But I also did stuff on my own. Like I said, the Autumn Crow vlog, I'm so happy with, because it was not only like me reading Autumn Crow, but it was also part of my travel, because I traveled to Boston and I documented all of that as well as part of the reading vlog. So,
and then you spent some time with Teresa.
Yeah, and that's in the vlog. Like we went to the pumpkin patch, which I've never done before, really. So like lots of fall type of activities in that vlog specifically. So all my content, I'm just super happy with. And I even made some like top 10 list videos where I was talking about my favorite horror like theme songs. And I also did one where I was like the ultimate YouTube playlist to get you in the spooky mood for Halloween, which had David Pumpkins on it. So yeah, I did a lot of like content I'm super proud of. So guys, if you haven't seen it, I'll just link the whole playlist too. Also,
yeah, if you haven't checked out David S. Pumpkins,
you got to. It's so funny. I mean, at least we think so.
Yeah, we think. I mean, and the thing is I can't just watch it one time.
Me neither.
I have to watch it and then watch it again. and then watch it again.
Sometimes I watch it while I'm exercising and I'll like rewind it right to the beginning after it ends. I don't know why. I don't know what's, I like to rewatch things. I like to listen to songs in a row sometimes, like the same song over and over. That's just me. It never bothers me. Paul's always like, that's weird. Well, sorry. I just have no problem listening to a song on repeat or a video on repeat. That's just me. But speaking of vlogs really quick, I do want to promote, I am trying to release a travel vlog of my time in Seattle. Paul and I went for the week of Halloween right before we were home for Halloween, but it was like earlier in the week. And I got to see all the fall foliage. I never could pronounce that word, but oh my God, it's not like here at all. Orange leaves, red leaves. I'm so excited about it. I'm pulling all my cords out. Oh my God, the freaking, and I took video of it all. So you guys got to look out for that. That was something super thematic because I got to experience the freaking leaves and just the cold atmosphere. And it was awesome. It was a great place to be like during the week of Halloween. And also I did some decorating and some buying of new posters, like the poster behind me, that one's new, the Halloween one. I've got a Halloween Town one. You really can't see it, but it's like in that corner right there. That's my Halloween Town. That's new. So I got some new posters, and for Halloween night or day, I went over and saw my parents. We watched Halloween H2O together. And also my dad gave me some Halloween presents. And
oh, wow.
You should hear, you'll like one of them. Actually, you'll like them both. So one was the twins from The Shining.
Oh, that is cool.
It's like an ornament that you could put on the Halloween tree. And the other one was an ornament of Krampus that I put on my Halloween tree, but I can keep it up for Christmas too.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about it. It's a dual gift. So I spent some time with them, and then I came home and I watched Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills with Paul. And that was a lot of fun too. Also, speaking of my Halloween tree, when I was talking about those ornaments, I did my first collab on Merz's channel, Harpies in the Trees. Go check out her channel. She's amazing. But she invited me to be a part of this video with a whole bunch of other booktubers. And it was like an advent calendar type of video for Halloween. And what I chose to do my video on was me reading an excerpt from The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury, which Kat and I have talked about in our reading wrap-up chat, which again is already linked below. And I read the passage and I decorated my Halloween tree. So
that was
cool.
it really was a cool video. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to you read from The Halloween Tree because it's the perfect read aloud book for sure.
It really is. And I tried to be more serious and kind of like read in a more eloquent way instead of being all jokey and like crazy and spastic like I usually just naturally am.
You did. I thought you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Nobody would know. There's a ton there's a ton of cuts in there. Like I had to do little pieces at a time. It's just hard to read out loud, like, you know, when you're trying to be really formal about it. So I was like, I want it to be really good. So there's tons of cuts, but I hid them. You can't tell. I don't think you can tell, at least.
The magic of editing.
Now, a few I could tell, but I think like the untrained ear could not tell.
I could not tell. I mean,
good.
No, because it was captivating. And then watching you actually decorate the tree and then seeing what the final, you know, display was going to be all about.
I will say, so I was trying to decorate the tree. I thought my dad was going to, like, you know, let me do it alone. He had been like kind of not into decorating as much lately the last couple of years because we haven't had our party. But I kind of, I guess, resurrected his love of Halloween decorating in a way, because when I was doing that video and decorating the tree, because the tree's at their house, they have more room and they already have this tree set up that they decorate for different holidays. But so I took down, like, there was, I don't know what other, like there was Easter ornaments on it or something, like plain white, which was for Easter. It's not like it was Easter up in freaking October, but it was some other holiday, like general ornaments that were kind of plain. So I took those down, and as I'm decorating, he comes in and he's like, you should put that there. You should put that there. And then at one point he has a flashlight put like, because I was like, you're in my video. You're messing up my video. I had to make cuts because he kept walking in. And he was in his like PJs. But like at one point, he's got like a flashlight being like, see right there, move that one over there. So you could see, if you look close in the video, even though it's like sped up, you could see the little flashlight. It's him. So I like that kind of awoke his spirit, I think. of
Wow. You put a
decorating.
little spark in them.
Yes. And then I decorated another Halloween tree that I filmed a different video on from my channel.
Mhm.
Again, it's on that playlist I referenced that's linked below. That one was in my room at home, my home room. And that one's a different type of Halloween tree with like
Mhm.
cartoon characters on
I
it.
love that one too, because you have some really, really neat, ornaments for that tree.
Peanuts. You like
Yes.
peanuts, so
You had
peanuts are on there.
Scooby-Doo. I
Yep.
mean, there was a lot of different ones on there. So, so good.
And Our Real Monsters from Nickelodeon, 90s
Mhm.
Nickelodeon. So yeah, I enjoyed that. It was the first time in a while that we decorated our Halloween trees, both of them. So it
Mhm.
had been years. So that was kind of like a new thing and a fun extra thing. And also I decorated here, like I said, that was part of my fall vlog. My first day of fall was me actually like filming myself decorating. So lots of good stuff.
You also have a cute little tree on your table, like a tabletop tree.
Yep.
I love that one. That you have set out. It's really neat, all the little ornaments on it and everything.
Creepy faces, and that one
Yeah.
is we were around that table a lot because we were making the cookies and eating the cookies there. But I also have this tree right here on my book cart. That's
Mhm.
another little tree, and I decorated both of those mini trees on that first day of fall vlog.
Mhm.
I had a lot of fun doing that. So it was a great season overall. Like when you talk about it all at one time, you then realize, wow, I did a lot, especially when you combine it with the readathon and the movie marathon. You're like, whoa.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, one of my highlights, big highlights, besides going shopping with you,
That was a highlight.
was performing in the play.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be cast as Eleanor Slides, which is a ghostly caretaker. And I just loved the play. It's based on the 1959 House on Haunted Hill, which stars Vincent Price. It's an old black and white film, and I just love the play itself. I loved working with the cast. I loved the director, Jim Winter. I loved our stage manager, Katie. We had a fabulous crew. I don't know, just I made the newspaper with my play husband, Mr. Slides, played by Dennis Watts. And it ran for 3 weekends. It opened up Halloween weekend. It was Fridays and Saturdays, 7:30 in the evening. It was a long play. Each act is around an hour 5 minutes, something like that. But what made it even more special was that people I love came to see me in the play, and everybody seemed to like it. Kelsi and Paul came opening weekend. My friend Debbie came with her husband Jerry. Shelly and Carrie came. My friends Catherine, Cindy, and Pam from work. Melissa, who's in our book club.
Oh, she went.
She
Yay.
and her husband went, and then my husband went. So Shelly and my friends from school and my husband went the second weekend. Some went on Friday, and then my husband went on Saturday. And then the final weekend, my friend Sue, she went with her husband on that Friday. And then my friend Tina and her husband Kenny came on Saturday. Her husband Kenny and I actually were in the play, the Spelling Bee play that we did, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. And we had a lot of fun in that play together. So it was kind of neat, that he came out to see my play, that I did. And then also for the last show on that Saturday that Tina and Kenny attended, both of my boys came. So Andrew and Barry were there. Barry's girlfriend, Kayla, came. And then Andrew's friend, Kat Shepker, came. So it was just really neat. And then opening night, Pam Bankston, who is a mom of a former student from Holy Ghost, where I teach, she writes for the newspaper, and she was there on opening night with her son, Brennan, who's also an actor. And they loved it. And she ended up taking some pictures that night, and she took a picture of, Dennis and I, and that's how we made the newspaper. So I am just really proud of myself.
You should be.
It was just a lot of fun. It was a dream come true, honestly, because, and I've mentioned this in other videos that Kelsi and I have done together during this season. I had originally auditioned for this play back in August. And I had a conflict because originally the show was supposed to be the weekend of the 15th, 16th, and 22nd, 23rd. And it was just going to be 2 runs. And I had the conflict on the weekend of 22nd, 23rd, because I was going to do the run and then I was going to go to the concert. So you put, whenever you audition, you put what your conflicts are, and, so that they know ahead of time for casting purposes. Well, lo and behold, Kelsi and I auditioned on a Monday. Kelsi and I were recording on a Tuesday for one of our videos. I think it was one of our slasher videos. And I got a text in the middle of us recording our chat saying I got a call back. And I'm like, what? I have a conflict. Maybe they didn't read it. But I went to the callback anyway. I'm like, it can't hurt anything. And I went, and of course I got cut, I didn't make it. But then Hurricane Ida hit and messed up a lot of our area. And the Columbia Theater got damaged. And so because of that, they had to rethink how they were going to put on this fabulous play. So they used the conference center and turned it into a theater. And I think they did a really great job.
They did.
What I loved about it was theater in the round. And I don't know how you and Paul felt about it, but my husband, Barry, said he liked it better that it was done that way, with theater in the round, as opposed to just being up on a stage.
Oh, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Up on the stage. So I really do think that the type of play it was spooky. It was a mystery. It's all about, Frederick Lauren. He's, a millionaire, and he's inviting 5 people to come who don't know each other. And they basically have to spend a night in this spooky house in order to, get this prize money, and everything seems one way. And then you just find out there's a lot of twists and turns, and there's ghosts, and it just really is. I thought it was fabulous, but it was a dream come true.
Oh, I'm so proud of you and happy for you, because it was awesome and it was so cool. So that was part of the thematic thing I did Halloween weekend, because as you said, opening weekend was Halloween weekend, and we went the Saturday of opening weekend, which was the day before Halloween. And it's perfect because it was a spooky thematic play. So not only was it just cool in general that Kat was in this play, but it was even cooler somehow because it was spooky themed and it was during Halloween time. So it was really a perfect storm of coolness and thematicness.
Right.
So
and
it was awesome.
The thing about it was, even though I didn't get a part, I knew going in that I wasn't going to get a part, and I was okay because we had so much planned.
Right.
And I had, one of my plans was to actually go see the play. Actually,
so
the
either
first
way,
it opened. So
you're going to experience the play.
Whatever. But being in it just was like the icing on the cake. I mean, being able to watch it would have been fabulous, but being in it was even more fabulous. So I have to say, overall, I love this season with you.
Me too.
And I love having a plan.
Me too.
Because I really do think I get more out of having a fun list if I get more out of the season if I create a fun list. Right. It doesn't mean that you're going to get to everything you put on it, because sometimes things happen. For example, I didn't get to do the zombie run because of another conflict. I put it out there, and it was sort of like one of those extra things. If I have time, I'll do it.
Right.
Also, I had to rearrange some of the books and stories on my readathon. But what's really funny is I read 6 books this year. I only read 5 last year.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that?
You read more.
Now, when it came to short stories, I only read 3 short stories, but I had read 5 last year.
But still, books are longer.
They are. And then I also had to rearrange some of my movies because of availability. But that was another thing. Last year, I only watched 13 movies. This year, I watched 20. So that was amazing.
You upped everything and still had this play. It's crazy.
Now, the only thing I didn't do, and I did not put it on my fun list, and this was because of Hurricane Ida, is The Walking Dead always is their season is between August to the end of October. And so I'm always watching The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead during that time. Well, unfortunately, Hurricane Ida messed that up. I was only able to see one episode and then I couldn't watch it. So I actually binged watched it, probably about a week ago. I'd watch here and there, whatever, but I didn't put it on my list because I knew I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I ended up actually subscribing to AMC Plus just so I could watch and get caught up before the second part of it, because it's actually three mini sessions or whatever, series for the entire season.
So they broke it up.
They broke it up
to parts.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm overall though, I'm just very pleased. I did a lot considering, everything that was going on. And I just think it was a dream. I got to do the play. I got to shop with you.
That was fun.
And I got to complete my marathons for both my readathon and my movie marathon. So to me, it was extremely successful.
To me too. Halloween. I mean, even considering, I know we just had these movie chats where we do discuss that our movie marathon list kind of disappointed us in comparison to last year because we had so many good movies. However, like taking like the particular movie picks out of it, just the whole funness of doing it was not a disappointment. And like you said, so we should mention that last year we couldn't watch anything together. In fact, we were like, will we ever watch a movie together? And we got to watch, like, we did it first with Alone in the Dark for our summer slasher, but we did it again during Halloween time. And that was really special, I think, because last year it's something we didn't have. And this year it was something added. Then we started live streaming together, like, just recently, and so we got to do that during Halloween time with our silver bullet chat again. That was so much fun.
Yes, it was.
And then our anniversary chat, which wasn't in Halloween time, but it was still in fall time technically. So lots of fun special things together, even with the play. Yeah, I know at first I thought like you wouldn't be able to do as much with me, but you ended up doing like tons of stuff anyway. Yes.
I was determined because I had spent so much time thinking about what I was going to do for the readathon. I mean, heck, I ended up filming my TBR list
in a parking lot,
in a car in the Books A Million parking lot. So I was determined. I'm like, I'm going to read. I wanted to do this readathon. It's going to be so much fun. And I was determined. I just couldn't imagine, the Halloween season not at least watching some horror movies. Right. So I feel fulfilled.
I do too. And I'm even like, I know this sounds weird, but like the Halloween completion of all the stuff we had planned makes me even more excited for the Christmas stuff.
Yes.
I know it sounds weird, but like a lot of people who like Halloween, some of them don't like Christmas, but some of them do. I know there's some people who are like, Christmas. And I know you kind of didn't really love Christmas either.
Yeah,
but
I'm not, that's not my favorite holiday. I think part of the issue for me with Christmas, it's not so much like watching movies or, the holiday spending with family or like even, going to mass, and all that, or having your nativity scene out. It's more the commercial Christmas aspect of it. If you know what to buy somebody or a person well enough, it's really easy to buy gifts for them.
I already bought yours.
You know what I'm saying?
I bought like a lot for you. It's easy for people that you know, but people you don't know.
That was something that was wonderful, and we didn't even talk about it. We got each other Halloween gifts this year, which we didn't talk to that we were even going to do it. And the fact that we didn't even say, hey, I'm going to get you something. Oh, I'm going to get you something. We just did it, because we just love that holiday so much. But I feel a lot of stress when I'm, kind of feel obligated to have to go Christmas shopping. Yeah. And I don't really know what to get because there's just something that's really special about picking out a really great gift for somebody that you think they're going to love.
I am like that too. I have like I am traditionally a really great gift giver. And so I put that pressure on myself, and it's harder for people like you don't know what to, like, I know my mom very well, obviously, but she is the hardest person to shop for because she never really wants anything like specific. So she is she isn't just like, things to look at. She likes like practical things. Paul's hard to get for. Like it's hell
It
shopping for fall.
It can be very hard. And then there's some people that prefer to buy certain things for themselves.
Yeah.
And
so I agree with you. It's stressful in that
it is very
respect.
stressful. The commercial aspect of it, I guess, is what's stressful and kind of takes away, I think, for me in the season. I'm not a big decorator, so we actually didn't even put up a tree last year. I had told the boys because one, they're getting older, and I'm the one that's stuck having to put the tree up and take it down. Everybody wants one, but they don't want to, no one is around. I mean, even sometimes Andrew would come in and he put like 4 ornaments on and then he was tired, and I'm thinking, really? I mean, really?
4.
You go out and get one and all this kind of stuff. Because I like a live tree. I am kind of picky about that, but.
Oh, we never get a live tree at my house. I wish we did.
I love it. I mean, the only time we ever had artificial trees was when my children were babies. I was always worried about the needles and them putting them in their mouth. And then also too, we had ferrets. And yes, and one year we did have a live tree. We actually had to put the tree in the kitchen and block it off with this gate that we had that they could not get over. So the second year, I just bought this artificial, this little tiny, not really tiny, but I don't know.
Like a desk one.
Enough that, sort of like a tabletop one, but a little bit taller.
That's what me and Paul have.
And we ended up decorating that or whatever. Well, then when my oldest one went into the Air Force, I shipped it to him so he could have it when he was at his base.
That's nice. At least he could have something,
Because I'm gonna tell you what, ferrets are worse than cats when it comes to a Christmas tree. I'm just saying, they're worse.
They are rambunctious as hell. I love them. They're so like bendy and crazy and wild.
I mean, they're adorable, but they're just so curious and they're just into everything. And the last thing I needed was my Christmas tree to be, destroyed.
Topples,
as it is with a cat. That's another thing with the cat. I can't even I put all our soft ornaments usually on the bottom, right? Because inevitably I find ornaments scattered all over the house because they bat at them and then you take them away and then they chase them around. And then the next thing I know, there's a fluffy Christmas tree in the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, why is that here?
It's ridiculous.
But I have to say, you've kind of prompted me to be more in the decorating spirit. And I did a little bit this year with Halloween. And not as much as I would have liked, but that's because my house is still in a disarray because of the hurricane. And we're not going to do anything big for Christmas either because the house we're still waiting for our roof to be put back, a brand new roof. We have a roof, but we need it a brand new one.
Yes.
And then once the roof is on, we can end up getting Andrew's room put back together and move everything out of the living room and put it back into his room.
Yeah, because basically her son Andrew had like a tree fall in his room. So it's like destroyed. So all of that stuff is all over the house. But you know what I think is cool, why the Halloween makes me excited for Christmas is because we didn't even know we liked these fun lists until it came to last year's Halloween.
Yes.
Then we discovered, oh yeah, it's cool. Let's do it for Christmas. And then just doing it for Christmas again, I think it makes it extra special.
Yes.
And it's just like when you do 2 fun lists like so close together, it's like really fun. That's why
it gets you really into the spirit. It really does. It gets you into the spirit a little more. And like I've already started buying gifts. I like to try to find something unique for people. And so I'm not even feeling stressed about it. In fact, I'm finding gifts for people that I normally, we've just decided over the years not to exchange, but I'm like, oh, I think such and such would really like that. So I'm going to get that, so I'm trying to find some unique things related to what people really enjoy, whether it's a hobby, an interest, their job, whatever the case may be, just because I get pleasure out of giving.
Me too. It's a lot of fun, especially when you give like a really unique gift. Like Teresa, my friend Teresa is pretty easy to get gifts for. I'm always like, yeah, this is a great gift. So I know it really well. And like for you already, I'm like, I got great gifts. I mean, heck, I think I got 2 gifts for your birthday already.
Oh, wow.
Because our birthdays, they're close together to each other, but they're also close-ish to Christmas too. So it's right around the corner. And also Teresa, I had to get her birthday gifts because her birthday's in December. So lots of like concentrated like birthday Christmas all together. So it is what it is. But I feel like I'm ahead of schedule right now. And I don't know, doing this Halloween stuff just gets me pumped for the rest of the year, because I know we're going to continue doing marathons, and we're going to continue doing thematic lists around the marathons, not just watching movies. It's so much more. And I think that makes it better. I think that makes the whole season, or whatever month, even if it's just a plain old month, I think it makes it better. And so thank you for doing this with me, because I think it's just enriched the whole year of this whole past year.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, because if you think about it, we did it in a year with COVID, and it brought so much joy to us to be able to do something, in such a depressing time, basically. So, and it really, I think the Halloween season saved me too from the despair of Ida. So I really do think having something else to focus on besides that made a huge difference. So like I said, overall, 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up for me too. It was awesome. And guys, what did you guys do for the Halloween season? Do you do anything special? Do you carve pumpkins? Do you make apple cider? Do you do anything like, set up a fire pit somewhere and roast marshmallows? Or let us know your traditions or anything special you might have done this past season. Drop it in the comments, because it might inspire us for next year. Who knows?
Right.
Because actually, by the way, I still have yet to carve a pumpkin, which is atrocious. For someone who loves Halloween, who people have called me the queen of Halloween, but it's blasphemy. I can't be the queen of Halloween because I have not carved a pumpkin. Next year, we have to rectify this. Yes. I went to a pumpkin patch, but really I was there to pick apples. So I picked apples this year, but I did not, even though pumpkins were right there. I could not bring them back on the airplane from Boston to New Orleans. I could bring apples, but there's no way. I don't think I could fit a pumpkin in my luggage. So I mean, there's pumpkin patches here. I just didn't go once I was back here. I should have, though. Next year.
That should be a goal for next year.
It is a big goal for next year. But guys, also, since we mentioned Christmas so much at the end of this chat, if you have any special plans for that, or any special drinks or food things that you're going to make, drop that down below, because we are on the hunt for ideas for our fun list. We're trying to cement them now so we could do a reveal. And also, we are trying to plan our Christmas horror movie marathon. That is next on the horizon. So if you want to drop any suggestions for horror movies to watch, you could drop those below as well, and that would really mean a lot to us, because we're in planning mode.
Yes. Woo-hoo.
Yes. Any other final thoughts, Kat?
Nope.
All right,
just guys. It's been wonderful.
It has been wonderful. And thanks so much, because it's wonderful that you choose to spend the time with us to watch our long videos. We know they're long. We've talked about it. We're going to try to revamp our content, by the way. We're going to try to do some shorter videos where we talk about one movie at a time, perhaps. And so look out for that. That'll make our chats a little bit shorter. But for this time, that's it for us. And we appreciate you and your time and spend it with us, like we said. Until next time, what can they do?
Keep on killing it.
Keep on killing it, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
We appreciate it.